On Sunday, the BBC aired a video from China so shocking that the communist motherland's ambassador to the UK was left incoherent during an interview. Drone footage taken from China's Xinjiang province apparently shows numerous Uyghurs with shaved heads who were blindfolded and led off to trains. Does this remind you of anything? Because it should. The BBC's Andrew Marr presented the video, which he said has been authenticated by Western intelligence agencies. He then asked Ambassador Liu Xiaoming what's on all our minds, "Can you tell us what's happening here?" Embarrassingly, the good ambassador had an on-screen meltdown. Liu responded by saying, "Let me tell you this. Have you been to Xinjiang? Xinjiang is regarded as the most beautiful place in Xinjiang." You caught that? Xinjiang is the most beautiful place in Xinjiang. There's a Chinese saying, "You don't know how big China is." Marr replied, "Ambassador, that is not beautiful coverage." Marr then showed the ambassador the video testimony that Uyghur women were forcibly sterilized against their will. In the video, Uyghur woman Zumrat Dawood said, "We offered to write a letter promising not to have any more children, but they refused, saying she must have the procedure or we will put her name on the study list. You can always be sent back again." We will reproduce Liu's brilliant retort. He says, "The government's governing policy is strongly opposed to this kind of practice, but I cannot rule out, single cases for any country. These single cases, a single case. We treat every ethnic group in China as equal." Here, ladies and gentlemen, if you will turn your encyclopedia to the entry of bare-faced lies, you'll find Mr. Liu's face in the illustration. Numerous international watchdogs have pointed out that China has imprisoned about 1 million Uyghurs in its so-called re-education camps. So how does a communist count? 1 million victims equals 1 single cases equals 1 single case. And they say Americans can't do math. China says there aren't concentration camps or genocide going on in Xinjiang. We don't believe it. And you shouldn't either.
China has built a vast camp system in Xinjiang and interned about 1 million Uyghurs. The International Consortium of Investigative Journalists, or ICIJ, says that a new leak has revealed the conditions in the system. The Guardian reports that the documents contain instructions for officials to never allow escape. The orders demand constant surveillance, with no blind spots, and establishing guard towers and layers of fences and walls, according to the Guardian. The BBC reports that every aspect of life in the camps is controlled. The document shows that a detainee must take a fixed position for bed, for workshop, and for lunch queues. The BBC reports that the documents include orders to enforce strict discipline for sleeping, waking, closing doors, and roll calls. Chinese officials claimed the camps give lessons on Chinese language and citizenship, but former detainees described them as harsh brainwashing sessions, the New York Times reports. According to the BBC, the camps established a point system based on the detainees' ideological transformation and compliance. The Guardian reports that those who lose points could be transferred to a higher tier of security camps and see their internment increased from the required term of 1 year. The ICIJ says the documents also revealed the extent of China's AI-powered domestic surveillance program. The predictive system tracks visas application records, use of encrypted apps, and facial recognition to flag thousands of people for searches and detention. Speaking to the BBC, China's UK ambassador Liu Xiaoming dismissed latest Uyghur internment camp revelations as fake news in a press conference on Tuesday.
A post from the Facebook account Talk to East Turkestan has gone viral in Asia. In the post, they claim the Chinese government is forcing Uyghur women to marry Chinese men after locking up Uyghur men. The Uyghurs are a Turkic ethnic group with their own distinct language and culture separate from China's ethnic Han majority. The page claims that forced marriage is a part of the Chinese government's program to assimilate ethnic minority groups with the Han majority to reduce tensions between the different ethnic groups. In the video included with the post, a host is seen asking an apparently Chinese man how long he has known a Uyghur woman standing before him. He says 2 months. The RFA reports that in 2014, a local county government in Xinjiang, where the majority of the Uyghur people live, announced a Uyghur Han marriage and family incentive strategy. The local government is reportedly encouraging intermarriage between the ethnic minority Uyghur and China's ethnic Han majority by offering 10,000 yuan, which is around $1,500 to promote ethnic unity. The Chinese New York Times reports the Chinese government is also offering incentives to children born from intermarriages, such as subsidies for medical aid and not having to pay for their education from kindergarten to high school. The Chinese New York Times also reports that a Chinese official commented that intermarriage brings about positive energy and is a way to realize the Chinese dream.
If you want more Tomo in your life, click the subscribe and bell button so you get notified when a new video is up. Thanks for watching Tomo News.